Blackjack, Night of Fear by Alexander Simmons and William McKay. Chapter 1. He was falling. The dark, cold wind hammered at him, stretching his skin tight against his face, tearing at his flesh, freezing his lungs, and almost suffocating him as he dropped. An image flashed before him. He was 8 or 9 years old, falling, slamming into hard-packed earth and stone in the square of a little town in Spain. A stupid balcony stunt had failed, leading to pain and blood, and then blackness. His broken arm had healed in a few weeks. Another tooth grew in more slowly. But the memory never faded. The image vanished as a mental alarm went off in his head. Instantly, he yanked on the ripcord. His body snapped into an almost upright position, and he felt a savage tug against his groin. But the harness held, and the parachute billowed out white and clean against the lead-colored sky. Slowly, he descended to the earth below. The stony hilltops looked like giant bones thrust from beneath the earth, deeply cut by rivers that twisted and snaked across the countryside, the valleys surprisingly lush and green. It all seemed so primal, pure, untouched, ancient. The dark-skinned man grinned. "Welcome to the Highlands, Arron Day," he told himself, chuckling deep in his throat. "Blackjack has finally come to Scotland, by plane and parachute, in secret, like some dark angel, a flying phantom." He tucked and rolled when his feet hit the ground. Then Arron immediately came up and began collapsing and hiding the parachute. A half-hour later, he was climbing a great hill that overlooked Glencairn. On the far side stood Castle Kilmore, 5 stories tall, with parapets, a drawbridge, and a moat filled with peaty brown water. "I've gone back in time 400 years, Arron mused. England and Scotland raid back and forth across the borders, and my ancestors guard against the Moroccans on the walls of Timbuktu. Arron scanned the surrounding. Down in the valley, between him and the castle, spread a wind-tossed, dense forest, its branches twisted and snarled together like a mesh of dark serpents. Half a mile to his right huddled the town of Kilmore, a scatter of small stone cottages. Arron knew that to his left, a 2-mile trek, were the Cragun Cliffs, a 100-foot drop to sharp fangs of rocks lashed by an angry, foaming sea. Though starkly beautiful, there seemed to be nothing friendly about the land. The few areas touched by human hands seemed like mere scratches against the bleak, unyielding hills, beneath clouds like a deep, dripping shroud of misery. Arron was thankful for his fleece-lined flight jacket and thick leather gloves. He patted the one retooled Walker Colt holstered inside the jacket and shifted the heavy pack on his back. His client was across the valley, waiting inside the castle, and the sooner they met, the sooner he could start his hunt for a killer. Arron walked down the hill and into the woods. It was no more inviting close up than from a distance. His footfall seemed strangely muted as he trod on mounds of rotting leaves and moss. The wind played through the tangled foliage, creating odd sounds and whispers, a rustle here and there, 100 cracks and creaks, and now and then a disturbing howl, like some mournful creature trapped in a dark, lonely place. He could almost believe what he had read in the message that summoned him. If ever a place felt like evil, it was these woods. Twilight was fading fast by the time Arron reached the castle. The drawbridge was down, and his boots resounded against the ancient, weathered timber as he walked across. An odd, Rank odor seeped up from the moat, and Arron thought he saw something moving beneath its surface. He walked into a small courtyard, all stone and wild grass, and moved to the large oak doors a few feet in front of him. Raising the iron ring set in the door, he let it drop several times. The young servant girl who opened the door went rigid when she saw his 6-foot frame, broad shoulders, and piercing brown eyes. Her mouth hung open, as if a scream had caught deep in her throat. "I'm Arron Day," he said calmly, without moving a muscle. The girl flinched, as if something had lashed her thin, trembling body. "The laird is expecting me." You're him," she croaked. You're here to... "Yes," Arron replied softly. "I'm here to slay a ghost." A thin smile crept across his face. "Aren't you going to invite me in?" The servant girl fainted.